Hey, welcome back to Delectable You, recipes for food and for life. Today we are making the best white bean burger, and I do mean the best. I love veggie burgers because they're super easy to make. There's so many different ways you can make them, and I'm always testing with recipes for veggie burgers. But this recipe for the best white bean burgers is truly the best, and I figured out this little secret ingredient that has made all the difference in the flavor that I can't even tell you how wonderful it is. I even started doing a meal delivery service, and this has been one of the favorites of all the meals that I'm providing. So I'm going to give you the recipe. Let's do it. All right, so I've done some prep work already. What I have done is over there by the stove, I have heated up 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil on medium-low heat. And then I added in a half of a large onion, chopped small dice. You could also just use one smaller medium onion. And then I added a half a red pepper, also chopped small dice, and a full carrot peeled and chopped small dice. I added all of those at the same time, tossed them around, and then I let them saute until everything got soft, which took about 10 minutes. And then I added 3 cloves of roughly chopped garlic. Just in the last minute or so of cooking, and then I took it off the heat. So that's cooling over there. Now we're gonna do another step. So this is the secret ingredient. I don't know why I thought of it, but I just thought, you know, I'm gonna do some walnuts as the base instead of oats and seeds, which I normally use. And I don't know how it did it, but I guess because walnuts have such a distinct flavor, it just makes this burger out of this world. So 1 cup of walnuts in the food processor, and we're going to turn them into crumbs, basically. Okay, perfect. So it's crumbs. There are no big chunks of walnuts. We don't want any big chunks. That is perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 2 cans of white, or otherwise known as cannellini beans, that have been strained. Okay. We're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, maybe even 1/8 teaspoon, and same with the cumin, 1/8 teaspoon. I just do everything by sight. So if you want specific measurements, let's go with 1/8 teaspoon. And then we're gonna do the same with the black pepper. We're gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And we're gonna add a full teaspoon of, I'm using Celtic sea salt. You can use any kind of sea salt you want. I just like, this is extra salty, and I'm kind of a salt fanatic, so that's why I'm using that. And now I'm gonna get our concoction of carrots and peppers and onions carefully. And we're gonna add this. Now this is still hot, so, and the cast iron skillets are awesome, but they're really heavy, so bear with me while I get all of this into the food processor. All right, we've got everything in the food processor, and now what we're gonna do is pulse this until it's all nice and smooth, kind of like a paste. Okay, awesome. I'm just gonna scrape this down because I want it to be a little bit more mixed together. You're gonna have some chunks of vegetables left over, which I think is great, but I don't want it to be super chunky. That's not the goal of this particular burger. So another pulse for a few seconds. Okay, that's great. Can you see this? See, it looks like almost looks like soggy porridge. That doesn't sound appetizing at all, but I promise you it is. Before you pour this into a bowl, what you're gonna do, let's grab a spoon, and let's test to make sure that we have enough salt, pepper, and spices. Oh, this is the best white bean burger, I swear. You're gonna find that out in a second. So grab a big bowl, and then pour your mixture into the bowl. It's just gonna make it easier for us to use a half cup scoop to make our burgers from the bowl instead of from the food processor. Don't waste any of this. This is like gold. Okay. All right. We've got it all. So now let's move this thing aside. And grab yourself a pan. I have lined this one with a silicone baking mat. You can line it with parchment paper if you don't have a silicone baking mat. And I've got a half cup scoop. And what I'm gonna do, this should make about 6, sometimes 7 burgers, maybe 6 regular burgers and 1 little mini one. And fill this up, and then you're just gonna kind of whack it out. Whoops, you're gonna whack it out. It's not gonna be beautiful, but the half cup scoop helps you to make sure that everything cooks evenly because you're gonna get the same amount in each burger, and it helps guide you to make a perfect circle. Okay, so do this for all of them. Okay, here's my little mini burger. It's almost a full burger. This is my 7th one. So you can get 6 big burgers or you can get 6 regular burgers and 1 little mini. Okay, my hands are washed. Let's put this aside. We've got our burgers. Hello, best white bean burgers in the world, or at least in Malibu. So we're going to bake these at 350 Fahrenheit. I've already got the oven preheated, and we're gonna bake them for about 20 minutes, and then we're gonna rotate the pan and bake them for another 10 to 20 minutes. It may seem when you take these out of the oven like they're still too wet, but I promise you, they're not too wet. They're just gonna be perfect, okay? I smell a veggie burger. I always wish that I could have you in my kitchen. I mean, this is the next best thing, but do you think that maybe someday we could get smell through video? Who knows? Here are the burgers. Oh, they look so good. And they smell so delicious. So if you touch them, it kind of feels like, oh, they might be not done yet. They are. Just let them sit out on the counter and they will tighten up and be absolutely delicious. So how do you eat these? Any way you want. How do you eat normal burgers? You put them on a bun, wrap them in lettuce, put some pickles, some aioli, some ketchup, some mustard, some onions, some tomatoes, whatever you want. Eat this burger like you would eat any other burger. And then let me know if you think too that these are the best white bean burgers you have ever had. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Lauren with Delectable You, and I will see you again next time. Enjoy your burgers.